Happy Friday, August 26th. I don't even know what the day is. Yeah, it's August 26th. August 26th, 2022. Doesn't even matter. What's time anyway? It's just our interpretation of it and how we use it. If we don't use it, how do we know? It could be 8 o'clock on the West Coast and 11 o'clock on the East Coast, and what the heck, what difference does it mean? We're all experiencing life at the same moment. Whatever, I'm not going off on a time tangent. We'll talk about Mimblewimble, Litecoin, Mweb. What is it? Mimblewimble is actually it's a term from Harry Potter, and the whole thing was anonymous, which is very interesting because the person who came up with the idea of Mimblewimble and that security feature has a pseudonym. In other words, a name that's, it's not anybody's name. It's just made up. And they proposed it, much like Satoshi Nakamoto in Bitcoin, proposed this and put it out there for the good of humanity. This is the way I see it. To be used. Because when you get a personality behind something, you have what's called the cult of personality. You have people that are, I'm going to worship him. You see that in the crypto space. I'm not going to mention any names, but there are some people who everybody just, whatever he says, I'm in it. Oh, man, whatever project, if he's going to come up with this or that, I'm 100% behind him. The thing is, though, all human beings are flawed. We all make mistakes. So, don't put your faith in one man. Put your faith in yourself. Even then, I don't know if you should have too much faith in yourself sometimes, because we all make mistakes. But you got to look inside yourself first and trust yourself, rather than trusting someone else, because they have their own motives, they have their own agenda, they have, I'm preaching to the choir here. Anyway, back to Mimblewimble. When it was created, it was dropped out there, anonymously, and it was implemented into the Litecoin blockchain. It was implemented in something else, I think Grin, another blockchain, another coin, but Litecoin implemented it back in May, and it's been a part of the Litecoin layer 1 blockchain. You hear about layer 1, that's like the blockchain, all the transactions, getting written to the blockchain, there forever, immutable ledger that anyone can see. All right. A lot of the security solutions, the privacy solutions, like, maybe we could do it on a different layer 2. Well, this Mimblewimble is on layer 1 of the blockchain, so it runs simultaneously with the existing Litecoin blockchain. All the transactions are getting processed, but all that happened is now there's what's called a side chain, to where you've got this rail car going along. It's almost like a catamaran, I think. First of all, you got this sleek canoe, which is the Litecoin blockchain. And then I think it's called a catamaran. And now you've got these side-by-side canoes, like the ancient Hawaiians and Polynesians used to take across the ocean. So you've got 2 canoes now that are connected. And now you're sliding along simultaneously. We used to have 1, now we got 2. And you can choose to be on the main blockchain, the original Litecoin blockchain that's been around for 11 years, or you can do what's called a side chain or a side canoe. And it runs simultaneously with the original Litecoin blockchain. And it's just, you can jump from one canoe to the other. It's just one canoe, everyone can see you. And they can see all your transactions, and they know the wallet that it came from. You jump in the other canoe, and it's cloaked, and no one can see it. And you can make transactions in that canoe with other people in that canoe, and nobody knows who's exchanging Litecoin, because this is the Mimblewimble side. This is the privacy side. You're entitled to privacy of money. You have a right to it. It's like cash. You give cash to anybody you want. It doesn't even have to be cash. It could be anything. It could be silver. It could be gold. It could be a tomato for an egg. Doesn't matter. Nobody needs to know that. So that's what you've got in the Litecoin. You've got the Litecoin blockchain and Mimblewimble, and you can jump back and forth between the 2 canoes. And it's up to you. And if you take your Litecoin and you put it in the other canoe, which, let's call it the Mweb canoe, privacy canoe, the other side of the blockchain makes an account of that. They know how many coins are over there on the Mweb side. They don't know how many of, what those coins are doing, It just tracks how many are out there. So if you've got 84 million let's just keep it simple. Let's do it. There's 84 million Litecoin, and not yet, but total, that's all that will ever exist. So you got 84 million Litecoin on the main Canoe blockchain being tracked, and knows where it's going, written to the ledger. And then let's say 4 million of them, bunch of people own 4 million, combined, and they all say, hey, we're going to jump over in the side Canoe and put 4 million, our 4 million Litecoin over here, and we're going to, make transactions and do whatever we want. And so 80 million are being, transparently tracked on the blockchain. 4 million are still being tracked by the blockchain because the blockchain knows, hey, we have 4 million coins are over here in this Canoe. We don't know what they're doing. Okay? Well, then 1 million come back. They peg in. See, they peg out, and then they peg in. And so it tracks the total number that are over there. So, they're not lost. And so now there's 3 million over there on the dark web. Used to be a coin called Darkcoin that became Dash. I had 105 Darkcoin that I lost on an exchange that took all my money. Could have 105 Dash right now, amongst other coins. Anyway, privacy transactions, Mweb. So, it's always tracking the Mweb side of things. And so if 2 million go over from the main chain into, I shouldn't even say the main chain, 2 million go from Litecoin to side chain, side block, side Canoe, then you've got 5 million over here on this side, and then there's only 79 million on this side. So basically it keeps track of the total number. It doesn't know what's going on over here. So if all these people who have taken their coins over to the Mimblewimble side start making transactions, nobody knows what those transactions are. It's like giving somebody cash when there's no lights on. It's like, hey, hand it there, hand it there, hand it there, and the same amount of cash is in the room. You lock them all in a dark room, and they all make transactions with their cash. As they come out, it's like, oh, how much cash do you have? Oh, okay, you got $100. Okay, well, we got $100 back in the pool. And so it's being tracked. But when it's in that Canoe, nobody knows. When it's in that dark room, the lights are out. Nobody knows the transactions that are being processed. I don't know if I'm explaining this right, but I'm just rambling. So, Mimblewimble adds that level of privacy to Litecoin. Now, here's the downside. The downside is it was just developed and implemented. It was just implemented in May. All right, so it was implemented in May. The only way you can use Mimblewimble right now is if you download the Litecoin Core wallet. So you can go to the Litecoin Foundation. They've got a link to it. But you have to download that Core wallet. Now you're going to have to download it on a Windows machine. You're going to download it on an Apple machine. You can't use it on an app yet. So right now, if you want to make a Mimblewimble transaction, you've got to have the Litecoin Core wallet. So you got to have a laptop, a computer, to where you've got the whole blockchain downloaded, and then you can make the transaction. So basically you can send your Litecoin from, the Litecoin blockchain that's always been running to the now side chain, the side Canoe. The main Canoe, now we got the catamaran, walk over, get in that Canoe, the privacy Canoe. Make all the transactions you want. Nobody knows what's going on. Peg back in, back to the blockchain, boom. Now, the good thing about this is you can send, I'm pretty sure this is how it works. You can send to a Mimblewimble address. You can send Mimblewimble ones that are in this Canoe. You can send it to these people, and there's no problem. They don't have to do anything. They don't have to opt in, check a box, anything like that. So that makes it a lot better because some coins, you have to actually, the sender, the recipient have to be on the same page. You got to make sure check this box, check that box for privacy, and then, then the transaction can go through. No, since it's on the main chain and it's a side chain, doesn't matter. Send it over here. Oh, it's an Mweb address. Send it over here. Oh, that's a regular Litecoin address. It doesn't matter. It's all connected. The catamaran. It's going like this. And so it can go back and forth at all times. So it doesn't matter if you send it from an Mweb address or a regular Litecoin address to an Mweb address or vice versa. That's the good thing because it makes it much more user-friendly. Speaking of user-friendly, the thing that needs to happen is it needs to be, and this is being worked on by David Burkett, the man who, developed the Mweb and got it, to launch on Litecoin. He's working on making it easier for apps, mobile wallets, to use Mweb. Because that's the thing that's missing right now as far as I'm concerned. The core wallet, and I'm practicing what I preach. I mean, I just have not gotten to it. I had an OmniLite wallet downloaded on one computer. I got another laptop and set up. I finally set the laptop up last night, downloaded the core wallet. It's almost done downloading. I'll start doing Mweb transactions. I just maybe get the Mweb torch that's being passed around. So I'll start using it more. But it is a little more cumbersome for people to use until it gets released on mobile wallets to where it's easy. Hey, I'm going to get my Mweb, got my Litecoin address. I want to take that to Mweb, so I want it to be private. I don't want anybody to know what I'm doing, where I'm sending stuff. Hey, I want to make a transaction. I want to buy something from somebody. I don't want to know, they don't need to know how much money I have in my wallet. Perfect reason to have it. You don't want, you don't tell people. Somebody mentioned this. I don't know who it was. But, when you send a transaction from your bank, the bank doesn't reveal, hey, he's got this much money in his bank account. No, it doesn't happen. Right now on the blockchain, that's what happens. You got 5 Bitcoin in a wallet and you send 0.01 Bitcoin to somebody out of that wallet. They can say, holy crap, that guy's got 5 Bitcoin in that wallet. They can see that on the blockchain. It's not a good thing. Somebody's going to be like, oh, you're a target. So it's good to have privacy. So with Mweb, which you can't do on Bitcoin, but you can, but they haven't implemented it, have not implemented it, on Litecoin, which you can do, hey, I got $1 million sitting in this wallet, and I want to send $10 to somebody. Well, you can have that in an Mweb address, the canoe, nobody knows what's going on, and you can send it to a regular Litecoin address, $5, $10 out of that wallet. They have no idea how much was in that wallet, even where it came from. Completely cloaked, I guess you could say. And so that's the beauty of it. It allows privacy for digital money. You can choose to have everything on the blockchain and written to the blockchain, for reference. Or you can say, you know what, that doesn't need to be on there. People don't need to know how much I paid for something. They don't need to know how much is in my wallet. We've got that privacy right now in the existing system. That's the crazy thing. Like the example I just used. Or you go use, a debit card, whatever it is. Nobody knows how much is in that account. You're just paying them. And that's the way it should be. You should be able to just pay somebody and nobody knows how much you have in that account. Mweb makes that possible. It can be done right now on the Litecoin blockchain. You just need to download the core wallet and have a node running, have it running on a computer. Then you can do it. When it hits the mobile apps, when it hits the Atomic wallet, the Exodus wallet, the Lite wallet, the Koinomi wallet, all these wallets that everybody uses, the Edge wallet, when it's built into all those wallets, the Cake wallet, then it becomes very easy. You can pull it out and say, send. Got it sitting in an Mweb? No, I want it in a regular blockchain. No, I want it in Mweb. Do whatever you want. You've got that privacy feature built in. Makes it easy. At that point, why wouldn't anybody want to use just Mweb? Well, for privacy. Nobody needs to know what you're doing with your money and how much you have. I mean, it's ridiculous. But there are reasons why. If you're running a charity or something, it's transparent. The blockchain logs all that stuff and, all the heavy lifting's done. It's the beauty of the decentralized ledger. It's all, boom, there it is. So I just think it's an amazing improvement to Litecoin. It's just one more thing that makes Litecoin sound money for the digital age. It is, it's an important feature to have, privacy. And no matter what anybody tells you right now, this coin's better, that coin's better. You got Bitcoin maximalists. It's like, Bitcoin's the only coin. That's it. We can do everything on Bitcoin. Well, maybe in the future, yeah, but right now you can't. Well, we've got Lightning Network. That makes it fast. Okay, yeah, so does Litecoin. So does, several other coins. Oh, but we can do it all on Bitcoin. Well, okay, we can do it all on the Model T then. Don't need any other cars. Don't need any other improvements. We can do it all on the horse. We don't need these vehicles with round tires that blow out and have to be fixed. Forget that. The horse is fine. There's look throughout history to where it's like, hey, we're going to use beta, Betamax, and then VHS comes out, and then everybody uses VHS. And it's like, the first mover isn't always the best. And usually it isn't, as far as technology is concerned. The ones that come after it improve the technology. Not dogging Bitcoin. It's a great store of value, and that's what it's become. But as a means of payment, Is a means of digital money? Not so much. It's really gold. You don't walk around paying with gold, do you? You kind of let it sit, lock it up. And if you need to make a big purchase at some point, then you'll dust it off, bring it out, and okay, I'm going to pay with gold. I'm going to buy some property or something. But it's the same as Bitcoin. It hasn't really fulfilled the peer-to-peer electronic currency that was in the Satoshi Nakamoto white paper. And that's fine. It doesn't have to be just Bitcoin. It doesn't have to be just Litecoin. It's just that Litecoin right now, to me, kind of brings in all the good factors of digital money. It's got the scarce supply. It's the block transactions are a lot faster than Bitcoin. Well, they'll fill up at some point, but that's a long way to go. You've got privacy built into it. Completely decentralized, been running for almost 11 years nonstop. The network has never gone down, very reliable, 100% uptime. There's just a lot of factors that make it sound money for the digital age, If we're in a digital age, you need digital money. I want sound money. I want something I can trust. It's Litecoin, as it does all those things. Every time I've sent a Bitcoin transaction in the past, I'm like, come on. It's just frustrating as far as the wait time for humanity. It's just too long. And then if you really need like boom, boom, boom on the blockchain, DigiByte's super fast. Unbelievable. And it's a proof of work coin too. It's been running since 2014, January. So what's that, 8 years? Over 8 years. So it's proving its worth. But to me, Litecoin is the coin, and that's why I talk about it so much, and that's why it's so important. It's just, there are a lot of other good coins. I'm not a maximalist on anything. I favor Litecoin more than others, though. I will have to say that because of all those factors. DigiByte, I really love DigiByte, too. I have for several years loved DigiByte. I like the speed, the community that continues to build on it, the technology. The fast block times, it's a proof of work coin. Anybody can mine it, different algorithms to where you can mine it on a laptop if you want to. So it's just pick your coin is really what it comes down to. What works for you. And as more people resonate with a certain coin, it's going to, add value to it in US dollar terms. Not that really matters, but it kind of does. So Mweb, I'm going to try that out. I'm gonna hopefully it's done downloading now, and by happy hour on at 4 o'clock today on Litecoin Lisa's YouTube channel, we'll be talking about Mweb, and maybe I can send an Mweb transaction. Have to bring the laptop outside or out to the bar or something. But hopefully the blockchain will be downloaded, and then we can mess around with it. And so it's a good thing, and then it's going to be an amazing thing once it hits wallets on phones, portable mobile wallets. It's way underestimated, the impact that Mweb has on this blockchain. So when people wake up to it, you're going to see the actual price reflect that. So I look at it now, and that's why I keep harping on Litecoin now. It's under $60 for one Litecoin. It's a pretty big deal. It's an amazing opportunity. Do we have it double bottom in this little cycle and it hits $40 again? Very well could, before December. Ish. It very well could, but the uptrend is intact from the standpoint of you've got the Litecoin halving next August, July or August, where the block rewards get cut in half and it becomes more scarce. And historically, leading up to that point, you're going to see the value of Litecoin go up. And so there's a limited time now to where it can stay low. It's not going to stay low much longer. By the end of this year, I think it's over. It will start rising into that halving process. So at under $60, great buy. Under $50, if you can get it, an amazing buy. Get it in the 40s, buy of a lifetime. At this point, whatever I can throw at it, I will. All right. Hope you have a wonderful Friday. I'll keep you updated on the Mweb stuff. Hope you can watch Happy Hour today at 4 p.m. Central Time, and we'll talk about it a little bit more. Hopefully I didn't ramble too much, but to me, I think that catamaran thing, I just thought of that while I was talking. I used to use trains, sidecars and trains, but I think the catamaran thing, you got the one canoe originally, and let's hook another one to it, and they're going at the same pace, wherever they go. You got the regular blockchain, it's always been running, and now you can just walk over to the Mweb side of it. So, hope you have a wonderful day. Hope to see you on Happy Hour. Always trust yourself. You know all the answers. Love you all. Have a wonderful Friday. Thanks for watching.